Most conversations about azelaic acid start and end with acne and post-acne marks. But if you have brown skin, that's only a small part of what this ingredient can actually do. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how to use azelaic acid for best results on brown skin, what I personally noticed after using two very different azelaic acid products over the past 2 months, and how different formulations can influence your experience and the results you see on brown skin. Hi, I'm Neha, a certified skincare consultant, and over the years, I have tested countless skincare actives on my own brown skin. Interestingly, azelaic acid was never an ingredient I paid much attention to. Like many people, I always associated it with acne and post-acne marks. But after spending the last couple of months and using different azelaic acid formulations and digging deeper into the research, it completely changed how I think about this ingredient, especially for brown skin. So let's start with the most important part, how to use azelaic acid to get the best result, especially if you have brown skin. The biggest mistake people make is either using it too inconsistently or treating it like a quick spot treatment or as a one-off treatment. Numerous studies tell us azelaic acid works best when you use it as a steady, leave-on active on the areas you are trying to improve. In most cases, you can use it once a day after cleansing on completely dry skin or damp skin. Just that if you're using it on damp skin, it might feel a little too active, it will penetrate deeper. So use it on damp skin only if you are not sensitive to all these actives. And then you build up it twice a day only if your skin is comfortable with it. You really don't need a heavy layer, just a small amount is enough for the full face. And because a lot of the concerns we are targeting, like pigmentation and uneven tone, are very UV sensitive, sunscreen in the morning isn't optional here. Without it, you're basically slowing down the progress you're trying to make. In terms of what it works well with, azelaic acid is quite flexible in that sense. It pairs well with hydrating ingredients like hyaluronic acid and barrier supporting ones like niacinamide, which can help reduce irritation while keeping the skin calm. Where you do need a bit of caution is with the strong exfoliating acids or too many active heavy routines at the same time. Because when you overload your skin early on, you don't get faster results. You usually get more irritation that interrupts consistency. Now let's look at my experience of using two different azelaic acid serums. The first one is a higher strength azelaic acid serum, 16% from Medicube. And when I use it, I do notice a slight tingling sensation right after application. It's not uncomfortable and it usually settles within a few minutes. But what I consistently notice with this one is a more noticeable change in how my skin looks overall in just a few applications. My skin looks smoother, more even, and there is this healthy brightness, especially around my forehead. It just gives a more refined skin kind of appearance when I'm using it consistently. The second one is a 10% azelaic acid serum with ingredients like zinc and hyaluronic acid, and the experience is noticeably different. This one feels more calming and more hydrating on the skin. I don't get any tingling with it, and the texture feels lighter and more comfortable to use, especially if my skin is feeling a bit sensitive or reactive. In terms of results, both do improve my skin. I can see my skin looking brighter and more even with both of them. But if I'm being very honest, the higher strength formula gives a slightly more noticeable glow and clarity effect for me, while the lower strength one feels more stable, gentle, and easier to use consistently without thinking about irritation at all. Now, testing these two serums reinforce something I tell my clients all the time. Skincare isn't just about choosing the highest percentage. It's about choosing the right formulation for your skin. And if you would like help building a skincare routine that's evidence-based and tailored to your skin concerns, I also offer one-on-one skincare consultations. We will cut through the noise and create a routine that fits your skin rather than following generic advice online. And that brings me to the overall formulation, because azelaic acid does not behave the same in every format. If you see in clinical settings, it is used in creams, but in newer skincare, it's also delivered through lighter serum-style textures. And how you apply it depends a lot on that structure. If you're using a serum-based formula, especially something water-light, you want it going in first on clean, dry skin. That's because lighter textures are designed to penetrate before heavier layers. So in that case, it goes cleanser, then your azelaic acid serum, then moisturizer, and in the morning, you always finish with a sunscreen. But if you're using a cream-based formula, it naturally sits later in the routine. At night, it can be one of your final steps before you use your moisturizer, or even combined with it depending on your skin's tolerance. In the morning, it would just go before your sunscreen. And where things get even more interesting is how different formulations change the sensitivity. In my experience, higher percentage azelaic acid formulas tend to increase the likelihood of tingling or mild irritation, especially in the beginning. But that doesn't come down to percentage alone. It's also how the ingredient is delivered, what it's combined with, and the overall base of the formula. For example, when using a 16% azelaic acid serum and a 10% azelaic acid formulation combined with zinc, what I noticed wasn't just a difference in strength, it was a quick difference in how my skin tolerated them, how quickly I could build consistency, and how stable the results felt over time. So at that point, it becomes less about what percentage to be used and more about which formulation lets you actually stay consistent without irritating your skin. Azelaic acid works on multiple pathways in the skin at the same time. It doesn't just reduce acne-causing bacteria, it also calms inflammation and directly influences melanin activity in the skin. And that combination is exactly why it shows results across acne, post-acne marks, and uneven pigmentation. And all of this is well supported by the studies too. One of the key mechanisms highlighted in research is its effect on melanin production. It helps regulate overactive pigment formation by inhibiting the enzyme activity involved in that process, which is why it's consistently used in conditions like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and melasma. Another important factor is its anti-inflammatory action. And this is especially relevant for brown skin because a lot of times the pigmentation doesn't just start with melanin, it starts with inflammation. So when you reduce inflammation early, you are also reducing the likelihood of a dark mark forming afterward. Research also consistently shows improvement in acne and pigmentation when azelaic acid is used at clinically relevant strengths of 10% to 20% range. But what matters just as much as the percentage is consistency and formulation, because the same ingredient can behave very differently depending on how it's delivered into the skin. And that's where everything connects back. The reason azelaic acid feels like a multidimensional ingredient is because biologically, it is working on multiple steps of the same cycle: breakouts, inflammation, and pigment formation all at once. So overall, azelaic acid is one of the most versatile ingredients when it comes to pigmentation in brown skin. And if you're exploring other similar ingredients that target pigmentation, I have tested a lot of tranexamic acid products which are linked here on your end screen. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.